Hello and welcome back to Crusader Kings III. We are continuing on with Godzilla of the Kaiju clan of Japan. He is the first official warlord in Japan, the only one that is actually allowed to be a Soryo government right now. And basically we're waiting for other people to become Soryo governments and then attack them as they are deemed criminal. Oh, what a great morning. We got a little daughter being born right away today. That is so nice. What do we have? We've got Ghidorah, Gamera, Rodin, and Mothra. What about... Oh, man. What other... I'm just pulling up lists of good kaiju names right now. How about Kumanga? A real-life Black Widow spider is scary. But this is basically a giant Godzilla-sized spider. Come on in and stay a while. Gamora. I think we have we have a Gamera. I mean, it's a bit complicated because like nobody is named based on gender roles here. They're just all named after famous monsters. That's the goal for us. So today I really wanted to get up some of our military. Designate a guardian for my son. I guess my wife. My wife should also probably become Shinto. Just simply out of respect. A faction, a peasant faction. You know what? I don't think those will last. We're working on country control there. Yeah, so my big goal here is I'd like to get up my martial size a little bit more. I'm roused from my sleep in the early hours of the morning by one of the servants with a story to tell. Another among their number had a touch too much to drink and is trying to find their way back to their quarters, ended up making a mess of himself outside of Rodin's room. The story takes a turn for the comical when they explain that Rodin, awakened by the disturbance, charged the drunken manservant with a sword and sent the monster scampering into the darkness. Hell yeah, little dude. And by little dude, I mean big dude. We've got a brave, ambitious, robust giant as our heir. That's very nice. Not gonna go to that festival, I don't think. So I guess I was thinking about some light horsemen. I mean, alternatively, I could just increase the size of my mounted samurai. How many horsemen do we get? Size 100. Mounted samurai are 50. Archers and handgunners. Yeah, see, we counter basically everything right now. You have light footmen. You have light footmen. That's the one thing we... No, yeah, skirmishers. So mounted samurai are really good against these guys. So maybe I should just be... Yeah, everybody just has... Yeah, we're just going to increase these guys. That's without a doubt the way to do it. More mounted samurai is the best option we can have right now. We've maxed out county control. Should we start learning? When I am not a speaker of the Korenic language, the poetry of the Kingdom of Sela is well known for its depth and nuance. Interesting to pick out familiar characteristics, but I struggle to divine all the illusions and subtlety. Sure, man, we'll learn Korean. Why not? Doesn't sound like the worst use of our time. We are going to go on a nice day horse ride. Now, we have an option here. We can increase the reinforcement rate of our armies and levies, or we can make our commanders better and make our men-at-arms better. And I think that's the way to go, based on the fact that, like, it's our mounted samurai that are really good right now. It does somewhat worry me because, like, well, I guess once we unlock regular samurai, we can put them in the hills and we can put the mounted samurai down there. There's always a bit of a gamble of like, where do we put everything? Dude, no one wants to rise up against this emperor. And I don't love that for us. A feast? I can't even tell where that is. Poof. That's a journey. Ow! Kitty cat. Hello. It was not the most graceful climb up onto my lap, Mona. But I see you want to say hi to everybody. Well, here you go. A little visit from the Mona. Giant spider cryptid is not found in Australia. I mean, it's what we know we got. My son will be drunk soon. Yeah, probably. Or he'll just like get cancer and instantly die. She has the father's face. Beautiful little monstrosity. Right. How you doing, Moni? You just wake up from a big nap, did you? Been asleep all morning. Little scamp. Little scamp. She's like, yes, I'm asleep, and I would like to be more asleep right now. Here you go. She's like, you keep pretending to be a giant monster in Japan, and I will take a nap on your lap. I wonder if there's a way that we could become like the regent. You know, because I guess this is like one of the things, right? Like there is the emperor, and then there is the imperial family. Oh man, the imperial family has like, oh, they all have garbage manners. My manner is so much better than everybody else's. Damn. My wife is like, wow, is that Korean? That's the language of love. Do you want to bang? And yes, that's what I meant to do. Good job, everybody. We banged our wife. And our daughter, Mothra, comes to age. She's become a flamboyant trickster. Well, that's okay. This does mean that we could probably raise our second son ourselves. Except he's already being raised. We could raise this son ourselves. Why not? And then I guess our other daughter could be raised by our wife. Damn, this guy's got that dirty bowl cut. CK3AI has always been pretty terrible with money. Yeah, I mean, I think it's just like they like to have money in case of emergencies, such as you declaring war on them and them needing mercenaries. I noticed one of the constituent tomes jutting from the shelf and wedged it into place. A book full of lurid illustrations found its way into my possession. Something clicks. Rodin has been spending a little time in the library lately, almost as if embarrassed to even enter the room. What a sneaky little sneak. Do we want to make our son chaste, or do we want to make him lustful? I think this is a pretty obvious choice. Gooner son. Our Gooner giant. The problem is that I am going to have a critical stress break if I make my son a Gooner. Unless I drink some tea first. And now my son can goon as much as he wants. Amazing. Sometimes that's all you need. Cup of tea and a good gooning. Oh, I don't have venerator. Okay, well, we're going to go on another hunt then. That's all there is to it. We're going camo. We're going to go to Slay the Beast. We have like 87 guests coming with us. My God. People seem to be a really big fan of the fact that we keep having hunts. My daughter can marry. But can she marry anybody good? And make more giant children? That's the real question. She can make lunatics. She can make feeble children. She could make ugly children. Kunai of Ichigo. You have a claim of Kunai of Ichigo. Oh, you are the sibling. I'd get an alliance with this guy, which is another 500 troops. You know what, man? That's a pretty good deal. And then we'll produce more people in our bloodline. Which is also very good for us. Ultimately, it's what we want the most. Half pint. Take it easy, my dude. Period where the power in Japan starts shifting from prestigious courtier families to military leaders. Feels like the Soryo got very beaten in this run. I mean, I think that they just like haven't really started too much, so. Put that on a shirt. All you need is a tea and a good gooning. Yeah, man, I'd design that as a shirt. That sounds like good merch for me. Marrying daughters to Imperial Princess was the go-to move. Yeah. Going to form an all-Japanese NBA all-star team. The ugliest all-star team imaginable. What is this guy saying? Local gamekeepers have scoured the vicinity. Sadly, no sign of bucks in the area. There's evidently plenty of hares. All right, well, I guess let's hunt a hare. It's pretty easy. I'm mostly just in this for the experience. You gain a hunting raptor. A falcon or a hawk, a prestigious bird used for hunting to show off. Falconry hunt chance. We find a little tiny baby birdie. I mean, I'll take it. Even though we're not a falconer. We find a bird. I think we can chase after it. I know it's perilous, but it's only a rabbit. Bring out the holy hand grenade of Antioch. We must have chased it across the whole hills and are still no closer to cornering it. Everyone expects me to return triumphant carrying a trophy, but as things stand, I will return home with only shame. Humble honesty. Or 20 bucks. Do we fail an 80% chance here? I'd rather return empty-handed. We cornered the wily beast. Our chase has not been in vain. The weary jack is spent, already bitten by a hound. It squats in terror as the dogs close in, held in check by the footerers. It gave us and the dogs in particular a mighty good chase, dashing, rousing, and hiding between every peak and scrub of the valley. I want to practice my aim. Boom. Arrow strikes true. Hunts like these are a pure joy, and I cannot wait for next year. We can become a harefoot. Nice. We also got level 1 hunter now. So that's giving us extra learning, extra prowess, health boost, stress loss, bonuses, etc., etc. And another foot. Can't complain about that. Jokum, how is the DLC? So far, pretty good. I mean, I'm having a good time in Japan. It's definitely a different vibe. It feels like you have to be much more precise in your machinations. I think as like an intrigue character, it would be extremely, extremely good. I'm playing as a martial character, and really that is not quite what's doing well in Japan right now. But I am also trying to be like the leading force of the Shoryo. Currently the only force of Soryo. Oh, cool. We learned Korean. Good job, everybody. It's very difficult to conquer land, is what we have discovered. But very satisfying when it succeeds. Do I want to just keep getting more mounted samurai? Also, do I want to get riding school? I could get the stud firm for the prestige. Would also make those horses cheaper by like 4 gold. No, I'm going to take the riding school. Shrine of Ebisu receives plenty of visitors. Today we found a big deer. Path of Fate. I'll take the Sign of Good Fortune. Get some extra cash from that as well. Nice. I think. No? Again, we clicked that and we got a stag hide. Honestly, let's just destroy these stag hides because I don't have a court. And that's a lot of money that I could absolutely use for other things. Like now I'm up to 230 bucks. That is low-key huge. We need to find a physician. You're a physician and an herbalist, which is a double good whammy. So I will hire you. And you will do excellent work for me. 270 bucks for a manor. This will also unlock 2 more building slots. You know what, man? I think let's just save for that. Why is my land split? Because I've just been conquering whatever I can. If you have a large family to be recipients of nepotism, it brings the Japanese imperial system. Yes, I mean, and that's the thing is like our next generation should be able to... Hopefully I can get them appointed into different counselor positions and our block will expand. Mali owns all of Africa, Spain and France. Casario owns all the Middle Western Europe, minus Scandinavia. You're playing Civ 7? They've been getting some big updates. Mike Tashio has been hovering around my council meetings, knowing his interest in matters of leadership. Cannot feel that the man is waiting for me to impress him. Respected figurehead for 2 years for reinforcement rates, or I could just get a bunch of opinion. Let's go get some levy reinforcements. Yeah, you are right. Italy does own a surprising and confusing amount of the world over here. I hadn't even looked over here in a while. Things are getting weird. Things are getting weird fast. As they tend to. Nice. We can pick up an overseer. And then, like, I don't know, man. Maybe I will go for gallant. Or maybe I'll actually just go for strategist. There is a festival we could do over here, but we're pretty sick right now, so... Gain a contested title. My Bushi would gain this title. He would gain the Kuni of Ichizan, Koro, Kori, and the city of Tsuruga. But this would cost me 1,000 prestige. This guy's my Bushi, but he's not like part of my family, so. That one's still a crime. 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 Yeah, I don't know why I want to spend all that prestige, because I could use that to strengthen our family attribute. I regret to inform you that you are breaking an imperative rule. You continue to hold your sensu incorrectly. What is a sensu? A folding fan, commonly used in the summer. For this violation, you are ordered to make a sizable donation to your liege. 20 bucks, I gain obedient subject. That regulation is no longer in the books. Or I will say he will not have his due. 50% chance he gets a weak hook on me. I don't love that. Last time he did that, he raised my taxes a lot. %32% chance the fine is dismissed. We don't have a control growth problem because we're an overseer. Honestly, 65. He's gonna die pretty soon. The fine is dismissed. That's fine by me. Poland and Poland too. Nice. Yeah. Your son-in-law, the husband of Mothra. Children will be part of your house. Oh, you're right. Oh. Okay, hold on. I've stripped myself down of every symbol signifying my rank to walk amongst my soldier. A pikeman is trying to convince my commander of an advantages of an alternative strategy, but he'll hear none of it. Yeah, nobody knows it's me. Look at this guy. Step in to protect the soldier. Fought a seasoned warrior. Make an example out of him or sneak away and take credit for his idea. Oh no, let's take the martial lifestyle perk here. My training served me well. A few moments later, I have him in a firm arm lock. Let this be a lesson. Your Soryo does not look kindly on close-minded fools, no matter the rank. The soldier beams with gratitude. Thank you, my lord. You will never know a more faithful servant than Sheniberu Aberu. This dude? Why is he wearing a huge crown in this image? Adopt his strategy. Or discuss the strategy to learn more about warfare. Army movement speed at 20% for 15 years. Minimum battle roll -2. I mean, low-key, that's pretty damn good. Also +1 martial. Dude, I'll just adopt that strategy, I think. So yeah, you are right. He would get that title. Will I get a bunch of prestige if I win this? No, not really. But I will gain legitimacy. I think let's do this. This is a powerful opportunity to strengthen our bloodline. Yes, and I'm no longer ill. I have 1,000 troops at tier 4. Wow. We truly are Godzilla. You will probably win. You will win decisively. Oh, that guy really should have stayed at home. Our Bushi was wounded. We gained a level of fame. Oh, that's the other part, I guess, is that we're also going to gain a bunch of stuff from that. I'm sitting around the map table discussing our strategy for the ongoing war, and our guys are arguing, but I'm really smart, and I can employ both their strategies. Fort level is too high. Really? Max 18 months. I mean, well, those guys are still broken. I was gonna say, should I just chase them down and kill them? And the answer to that is, of course, yes. But it's gonna take us a bit. Game you were playing as Mali in Africa, you see like 90% of Europe has been claimed by one conqueror. It's really funny when that happens, and it happens even more now that the world is like bigger. Like, so often you could just see the entire world shift dramatically through no fault of your own. Enforce our demands. You gain a weak hook, you gain fame. So be it. Now, here's a great question. Found a new block. You won't do this. But I am also part of Saga Block, which I kind of forgot about. Well, I guess he's also part of Saga Block. So, we lost a lot of prestige, but we did put our son-in-law on a throne. The bitter enmity between the great house of Kaiju and the worthless Amenomomori are known by all. The swine have made no overtures of peace. I am all the more curious than when a young, comely woman is presented to them as an offering. I'm charmed by how perceptive she is, but I can't help but think this is another trick. No, I am paranoid. I marry her. I'm already married. Send her back. With his coming of age, the tuition of Rodan is at an end. Always a clever child, he proved himself time and time again, and ended up as an intricate web weaver. Did I forget to set the education of my child? Because he didn't have Marshall. And I am a dummy. Waiting for your son-in-law to have a son, otherwise he might take a concubine and get a son of his own house. That is true. I did, that thought did cross my mind, so. Hard for characters who don't have their own court to get a kid, yeah. Never been flirted with, so he's like, must be a spy. Don't trust anybody, right? Recital, ceremony. Why won't everybody have a combat? Why has everything got to be poetry? My heir is unmarried. All right, well, you also screwed up. I can't believe you're an intricate web weaver. Now I have Ichigo. Quick. I mean, maybe I could get an imperial marriage. After that grand tournament. Okay, we got promoted commanders. No other Sorios. Dangerous, dangerous, dangerous. And what do we need for this? 270 bucks. this guy. Oh, he's my neighbor. He wants to form an alliance again. I'm not going to do that. Oh no, my horse is sick. We're going to pay 20 bucks for that. Oh, nothing like a sick horse. Ghidorah's favorite illustrated scroll was torn in half. He says, I'm quite calm about this. All right, you can be patient. I'm fine with patience. Damn, we really like tanked a lot of prestige winning that war though. But he's in charge of new, which is a duchy there. A different duchy, I should say. There's another festival happening. Dudes, I got to like petition the Kenpaku for something. No, I have to petition the Temno for a royal marriage. Can't believe I'm going on a walk again. At least my son is in charge of the house. Take an opportunity to rest. I don't want to get stuck in the snow. I also wouldn't mind putting my son on the council if he's any good. Yeah, he's actually really good at spying, so we'll do that. Matthew, thank you for the 7 months. I don't know where my voiceover is. Did some farthest frontier today. Still don't understand farms, but they're doing things. Basically just clear them out, and then once they're clear, plant stuff and keep crop rotation going. Don't ever plant the same thing like twice.
Frontier today. Still don't understand farms, but they are doing things, lol.
Oh, a little delayed. Joined the Sega block, but you got removed for being Soryo. But I'm back in the Sega block again. I think. Oh no, maybe I'm not. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. 70-ish peeps. Yeah, you got lots of food. Okay, nice, nice. Historically, it was all about writing poetry in this government. This is true. They are big into poetry. I'm escorted into the throne room where he beckons for me to approach and address him. I express the honor my family would receive in being joined in matrimony with the imperial house, clarifying the dignity of the bloodline and sustainability of our maidens and bachelors. He sits in silence for several moments and he mulls my petition over. You speak well, but if I am to agree to your request, I need something in return. 50 bucks. Yeah, all right. Deal. Jerkwad. Stupid jerkwad emperor. You got daughters? Are they any good? Yeah, they're okay. Arrange marriage with my son. Who is not here. Why is my son not there? This region is not loyal enough to consent to being married off. It's my eldest son and he's not loyal. The echoing call of horns fills the ear as we traverse the hills near Omi. The hill forts resonate with the sound, a call to arms that sounded throughout generations. A throng of garrison warriors emerge from the closest fortification, charging a group of bandits. Oh, you know I'm helping out with that. Who are we going to kill? This random one-eyed dweeb? You kill all the bandits. It's Godzilla. Run! All right, we get to go back inside. You're no longer large and in charge, so I'm going to marry you off now. You don't have a choice anymore. Well, not except because I am not an administrative government. What if I did a grand wedding? -2. You something something so-and-so. What about this lady with the big hair? Could I marry her? Dude, this is unbelievable. You just gave me permission to marry into your family. You made me give you $50 to do it. And now you won't do it. You son of a gun. Hey, son of a gun. Let's have some fun on the bayou. Me, oh, Mayu. All right, we're going to have to start swaying this guy then. Absolute trashmonger of an emperor. I can't wait to overthrow him. Come on, Soryus. Why is nobody doing crime in Japan? Not even a little crime? You know what? Will this change if I fabricate a plot? Actually, who is in this power block? Yeah, well, yeah, we'll keep them there. I would like to connect my territory, so even if it means I have to fight a huge power block. $1,800 versus 5,000. It's like all light footmen. Good grief. Smoked fish, smoked deer, started honey, about to start trees. Nice. Get some beer with that honey. Apple of his eye. In Japan, you don't overthrow emperors. You get them publicly and loudly announce that you are ruling for him because you are so awesome. That is the dream, isn't it? If only we can pull that off somehow. We don't have any prisoners that want to be ransomed, do we? For weak hooks. Boring. Unless you're like good warriors, maybe. You're not bad. Can always use a few extra warriors. We are starting to pick up in development here as well. You know, we're not as good as Yamamoto, but we are better than a lot of the surrounding countries. Just by a smidge. Though I guess that's also about to go up. $84. All right. Pursuit and acquisition of knowledge is one of the hallmarks of a worthy man. Trying to install it in Ghidorah. Oh man, I never noticed this guy's face. It's very good. Who's the 4th emperor or the 9th? He replies listlessly. Arbitrary or honest? Well, I don't know that that's any better. What are you right now? Arbitrary, patient. +2 learning. All right, we're gonna make him honest. And I think I'm gonna give him a diplomacy focus if that's the case instead of intrigue. He's obviously not gonna be good at that. So now, my real question here was if I declared war via a claim, you may spend influence to requisition additional arms from their governors. So I can go to war with them, but obviously this guy has 21 allies. So I run into a problem. This guy has 16 allies. My god. The Yoshimishi block. Yeah, they're really far away though as well. Yeah, Saga block is a issue. Nobody will let me in their block. He had a son! We have a grandson officially. Now, I guess here's one of the things is like, and I'm realizing this, is his son does not necessarily take this over unless he forms a Shoryu. Challenge to board game. Oh, that's fun. A friendly game with potential to gain stress, but only if I win. What about like raiding manners? Will not consider you a criminal if discovered after successfully using a raid estate scheme. Intrigue, domicile, house standing, and can recruit agents. Steals their gold, damages their domicile, and even the death of house members. Nobody really has that much gold around me, right? He's got a decent bit. This also costs 150 influence, but I don't have influence anymore. To the Tendo subject, for years, my skill in manners and etiquette has served me well. It occurs to me that my knowledge may be of use to you. Taking etiquette lessons from the Emperor? No. It's like that prestige, though. Excellent. So now we can also just raid this guy. Secrecy 31%. Face month is 3. We'll go with a balanced plan. $21.44. My player heir. Well, that's a very good one. %18 secrecy is not great. Let's get this guy in here. I think having my son on muscle is the way to go. Bump us up to 74. We'll use this guy to keep it secret. This guy can speed it up. And you're not very good, but you'll bump it just a tiny bit more, 78. We'll see how that works. Try to cause some trouble. Hydro check, thank you. If we were to siege the capitals, we could probably take it really fast. Maybe. That is true. I could recruit siege crossbows. Let's let that build up for a moment. Hi again, Mona. Welcome back. Emperor is not swayed. Your hook has expired. You gained $50. Thank you, spouse. Or actually, thank you despite spouse. New ruling regent. Oh. Okay, we got a new guy in charge. Hey, does that mean maybe I can marry in now? Or my son can marry in? I should say. No, okay, sorry. The regent was replaced. -3. He wants an alliance. I have too many alliances. I can't believe that's true. Relative close family tiers. My government is not administrative. This character is dear to you. I don't have a lot of splendor. Yeah, if I could get my opinion up. And I could host a grand wedding for $280. We'll see what we can do. 38% secrecy. I mean, we'll let that keep going for now. This would make elephant archers better, tougher, and better at pursuing. This would make siege weapons 40%. See, here's a possibility as well, as I could also just like hit him with my samurai, and if he's in charge of that army, I might be able to kill them right away. But if I fail, then I'm up against like 5,000 troops. Moni, you are such a baby. Get out of here. I'm going to upgrade the horse archers right now because I think that they are probably the more likely chance of us winning this. .400 troop, mostly light footmen. $16 versus 57. What about mercenaries here as well, right? 330. Oh, interesting. They changed the way mercenaries work, and now they work on like contracts. One-time cost. My horse needs to be better. Probably stronger because I am a big giant. So having a strong horse sounds good to me. This gives us a strong war horse, giving us more prowess, more prestige, and a larger levy size. That's pretty good for us. Part of me is just wondering about like building up the enough to get emergency mercenaries. Oh, okay. You died pretty quick. And you are my new ruling regent. Very good, sir. So far, this is going pretty well. I wonder, is there a way to, like, scheme someone out of a block? No, it doesn't really look like it. 5,000 troops, what could possibly go wrong? Every agent likes me. Or the raid estate gains 20 gains of progress. The plan goes well. I'm more concerned about this plan going well. We're at 10%. Still no breaches. There's a festival going on, which might occupy some people. What happens if I lose this war? I guess that's the question I have. If it's white peace, it becomes pressed, and I lose a bit of prestige. If I surrender, I lose my claim. He gains some stuff, and I have to pay him $230. And my allies suck. Now, it's not guaranteed that all of his allies, hi Moni, will come to his protection. Empire's border war policy, guaranteed protection. Top liege will always defend the war leader in wars for any title in their realm. Now, do we think that that means the emperor will come to his aid, or can he do that because it's between vassals? I think this means like outside wars. At least that's my guess. $12.99 versus $48.66. It's a dangerous decision. We'll have to have some purrs to decide. These kitty cats, they're like, this room is way warmer than the other rooms in the house. He's only got 58 bucks. Who are these mercenaries hired out to? 700 warrior monks. And a bunch of light footmen. I mean, yeah, here's the thing is it's like the mounted samurai is the only thing of real value to me here. What level is his fort? He's got log forts. He's got a small harbor. His fort level is 4. So, I mean, we could siege it down. That was Mona. That was Mona, not Cindy. All right, I kind of maybe just want to... Let's build up a little cash. Let's complete this raid. Rodan is certainly an asset to my scheme. He's also got the really prominent chin. He's offering to help tutor me. No, let's put your mind to the task. If I can get this up to 15, we'll launch it. And then basically I'm hoping that we can get a bunch of cash from this. This guy's still got 130 bucks. Scheme gains 2 advantages. What would that give us? 80% success chance? We can let that go another tick. 79 out of 78 right now, so 1 breach. Okay. Let's kick it. 85% success chance. Success! Dawn at last bring words from the Nomoto estate in Kamakura and confirmation of our success. The knaves were taken completely unaware and have been laid low for all of Japan to witness. Sadly, it is clear our involvement in the matter did not go unnoticed. He will make sure the Emperor hears of this kaiju treachery. We gain 100 bucks. He gains a crime of rightful imprisonment, but that doesn't matter because he can't imprison me. With 100 bucks, I can now hire emergency mercenaries to the tune of another 2,000, which means that even if this war goes terribly, we can win it. Though hopefully it doesn't go terribly. Hopefully we can crush his entire army and very quickly get in here. I gave us 1%. Max 10 months left. Huh. I was incorrect. It does turn out the Emperor of Japan will go to war against his own vassals if you try to take a vassal. As you can imagine, this is not good news. $165 and 330 light horsemen. I don't think those light horsemen are much use. So I could hire 2,000 troops here. I don't even know if that's going to be enough. It's 165 mountain samurai, 330 warrior monks, and 330 light footmen. Load? There's no loading. This is Crusader Kings. We play on Iron Man or we don't play at all. The real question is, do I spend the money on mercenaries at the risk of losing the war and then being double broke? Reckless, 15. 17. Faithful Blade. That's not really that useful for me. All right, lads. If I fight in my home territory, we have a huge advantage. Gamera has leveled up and become an insightful thinker growing up. Yes. I even have a pretty good chance of beating him there. So we have 3 years to win this war. My son is asking me for a spinning top. He has become content. Okay, I've caught out a huge army here. This is commanded by a ruler, this army. Yes! Suck it, Emperor! Oh my god, we're the new force! All we needed to do was spend $300 on a ton of mercenaries. And now we can siege down this province. Can I leave a big enough army here to siege this? Station besiegers. And then attack these guys in the hill because there's a ruler in that army. And that's also a bunch of knights. And every time we kill a group of knights, we do really well. Hell yeah. Am I just at war with all of Japan right now? Yes. So he's going to try to get all of his troops together. Again, I think as long as we fight them on like defensive terms, we're okay. I'm trying to suck up to the Emperor here, who is a profligate, an aggressive attacker in August, gregarious, fickle, and trusting. Trusting. Well, I mean, he definitely seems like he's got empathy and a kind heart. Yes, he's happy with me. Now, what about your daughter? She's a monk. So that's no good. What about this other daughter? 52. 52? That's even worse than it was before. Am I even sucking up to the right emperor? I'm not even sure. Both of my sons are ready for marriage. Right. No one will marry me right now because I'm at war with the entire country. Which, you know, it's pretty reasonable. "24 days. I don't think they should be able to reach me. They got to get through mountains. Hondo P. Yes. My power grows. Now, everybody is pretty mad at us about this. Understandably. But that's a problem for us to sort out. We get a small harbor out of that, as well as some log forts. So I can make this like a little economic province, which is pretty good because there's a temple with a lodge here. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to make this like my horse province. I'm going to make this my main military province. Though we do have some nice stuff in this temple holding. I'd really like to take this temple holding, but I don't know if that's a thing I can actually do. Unless I guess I reform the temple. You can station a men-at-arms regiment. You're right, I bet I can. Yippee-ki-yay. I mean, was it 330 gold to take that province? Yes. 2? What do you mean 2? I own 3. Soryo counts cannot usually create de jure duchies on the island of Japans. We can bypass this by asserting regional dominion. I gained the Duchy of Tokaido, the Kuni of East, and the Kuni of Owari. Where is this? Oh, that's over there. Okay. Oh, you just gain all of them if you do that. Every de jure country holder in Tokaido becomes my vassal. I gain renown. I need that manor domicile to do this. It does allow him to arrest me. I don't know how long a crime lasts. Here's the problem is I want this because this is the duchy building. So I want to move my capital there eventually. So I think we just need to take this step by step. We've been trying to reach you regarding your battering ram's extended warranty. Oh my god, are you kidding me? He's gone Soryo right now. I can actually attack him immediately. I'm sorry. Sorry, I did not realize this was the case. Go, 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 go! I also still have all of my mercenaries. Please, please capture him. You know what? Station besiegers. He's hiding. Like, he's not out fighting right now, so. But I figure if I have a bunch of mercenaries, the best thing I could do is bloody them. I do believe that there was also... Yeah, there's another Soryo there and another Soryo up there. Is this all one province? It is. Okay. We're just going to siege this down. You can ransom Captain Tanabaku for 70 out of 100 gold. The Yamato Band Mercenary Company. Ooh. He's 43. That's probably... They're probably going to get some money after a while. That's hilarious. That's a mercenary company he hired for this fight. And he still lost it. Camaro was wounded? Uh-oh. Was he? No, I think he's okay. He's a pillager. He might have just healed really fast. I am missing a Bushi. No, I'm missing a Yohitsu. Are any of my children good at anything? No, not really. Okay. This guy's like 22. He's not that good, but at 22, he's got a lot of room to grow. So I'm going to keep him on that job. Start building a Soryo block? But potentially. Soryo and Ritsoryo are the two types of governments. Basically, Ritsoryo is like an administrative position, and Soryo is like a Japanese warlord. And so we became the first warlord in Japan, which is why we are allowed to take multiple places. The Soryo are... When we take stuff over, it actually like goes to our children, versus all the other ones are administrative appointments. Oh, interesting. This guy is not immediately losing because he hired mercs, I guess. Or because he has another barony, maybe? I'd rather not do another siege if I don't have to. You gained the contested titles. Enforce demands. Comply with my bloodshed. Disband all. Yes. A small hill fort. I am above the domain limit by actually quite a bit. Burial sites, military academy, marches, siege works, royal armories, jousting grounds. No, that's not archers. Crown smithies. Archery grounds would be good. Use your palace's royal reserves. So I could move my capital over here to Anno. Would be very fitting considering the acronym of AgentNumberOne. You have crop fields, pilgrims' quarters, and a bailey. I mean, I guess you probably don't have a lot of country control right now is the big issue. Yeah. We're going to wait a little bit to do that. Because right now it would be a bit of an unsafe decision. And you're a Soryo? So I could also declare war on this guy. And what I can do after killing this guy is I can put like my son on the throne there. What I like about this is there is a temple holding. There's two other open holdings here. So I could just completely exist in this location. You know, if I'm only allowed, say, 3 holdings, it's like I have 2 baronies here. Small hill fort. Do you allow for more building slots over time? No, not really. Let's just station some besiegers, and then we're going to chase that guy down. He is in that army. My other son has come of age. Ghidorah, he's become an adequate bargainer. Could be worse, could be better. Yeah, we are big time above our domain limit right now. So being able to like release a couple of sons and have them in control would be very, very nice. You're 80 out of 100. You're getting up there. Getting some money. Right next to the Imperial capital. It's got to count to something. Yeah, you're right. It is actually right next to the Imperial capital. Oh, that reminds me. Development, no. Economy and buildings. The Icy Shrine is here, which is the most hallowed Shinto site. So that's also nice. We would probably lose our Mount Fuji, but that's okay. Taxes of 1, holding taxes and development growth. Taxes of 2, holding taxes. Yeah, this would definitely be a better country for us. $40 to move our capital. Mercenaries expire in 6 months. We've won our siege, captured some prisoners, and got some money from it. So, step 2 in this giant, massive expansion we've just managed to pull off. Wow, you. Ceremonial house level of splendor. Damn. Non-noble family head. All right, well, we're going to have to just marry off our sons then. Let's find some ample bosoms. You okay there, audio? Oh yeah, we do have some people here for ransoms. Not very good ransoms, though. That's $80. Restore administrative government, limited personnel holdings, Sorio closer to regular feudalism, much more freedom in building personal power, but it's illegal, so your liege can attempt to punish you at any time. I actually asked the liege whether or not I could become a Sorio government, and he said sure, because I owed him a favor. At which he was like, you can become a Sorio government, but I'm going to raise your taxes through the damn roof, which is really annoying. I pay all these taxes now. But at least I'm allowed to legally annex other criminal Sorios. So, currying favor with the current political structure, if you're Rit Sorio, your consolidating power may be establishing the shogunate someday. Yes, yeah. Yeah, so we will have the ability to formalize a shogunate. But we need to become the ruling regent, become exalted among men, which we're not too far off. Our legitimacy level needs to be 4, which we are also not that far off. We need to have the powerful minister's law, which I'm assuming I can't do unless I'm the ruling regent. So that's going to have to be the next goal, is somehow become the ruling regent. Okay, so I have a lot of land. We got to get rid of some sons. Let's go for the younger sons first. Fickle, lustful, impatient. I mean, you would bear me children if you were lustful. Potential alliance with the Empire of Japan. That's your youngest daughter. Huh. Do I have any very young children? I have a grandson that could marry. No, but you're not that interested in that. All right. We're just going to have to marry who we can. You're lustful. You give us a potential alliance with this family. Hilarious. They're the next family I'm going to steamroll. Perhaps at least it will give me some power over the land. Our heir is also unmarried, but he's a bit more complicated to do. He's 23, so I mean, I would like to get him. Everybody's a lowborn here. What's your deal? You're pregnant with a child, so I'm not going to marry you. All these other people are lowborns. You're good at spying. Shy, patient, ambitious. I guess. I don't really feel like I have a lot of choices in the matter right now. We got to kind of get whoever we can. This guy is 16, so he could marry someone young like this Bushidan of Io. Guy has literally 2 people in his army. And I think locked us into a few alliances as well. Okay. So you have a spouse. Who is currently set to take Shimosa? He is. Great. I am going to grant you Shimosa. He will become a vassal of the Empire of Japan due to his rank now equaling yours. But he should be a Shoryo? Please tell me. Yes, he is a Soryo. And we can negotiate an alliance with him so we can protect him as well. So the problem here is I am 2 over my limit. I can only have 3. Obviously, I want to have Abe. I guess these places are like not that great. So maybe I should just actually move control over here. We'll keep converting this place. I mean, well, actually, the problem is I want to form a duchy. Somehow. I need at least 212 gold, but then I think I also need to assert regional dominance. Like, what happens if I do this? I need either that manor, fully upgraded strength, or I lead a strength aspiration block. Ooh, can we form a block together? No. Why not? Why not? You want to buy this guy. Problem is that this mercenary company doesn't seem to be making any money right now. And I need him to make some money so I can get rid of some of these prisoners. Particularly so I can get rid of him. You're a 16-year-old with a lisp. You're a 9-year-old. You are a 53-year-old infirm man. With very little value to me. Alright, well. What's with the birds flying around? Something special about the province? That's a good question. There is a university down here. It might just be because of things like the harbor. Or it might just be like they are just added on this part of the map. Invitation to a hunt. I love hunts. Travel time is 5 months. It's on the other side of Japan. Can I swing by there on the way? I love it's like the only place that's dangerous is my country. I'd be okay with this. Let's go join that hunt. When traversing a challenging path, I hear laughing ahead. My son and my courtier are working together to cross a narrow, rocky watercourse. This option is available because one of the involved parties is part of your family. Do not consort with lessers. Oh. I don't think I need that. I'll let them have their prestige. Our mercenaries are gone. R.I.P. Tell me more about Kempaku. Oh, my liege. You know what? Let's kill this guy and impress the liege. Just in case. Pilgrims to Aki, a group of travelers. I actually wouldn't mind losing that stress right now. Alright, so let's try this again. No block. Maybe Sorios can't form blocks? Okay, we can also stop this scheme to sway that guy. A challenger rises. My personal physician and my Yuhinsu begin to argue about the best approach for a treacherous trail. Their risky strategy pays off and are sped up. They become rivals. Has happened to become rivals. We'll take the one there that's just like an easy win. I gaze out on the horizon, the dawn sun ushering in a day full of promise. My master of the hunt saddles up with my raptor in hand and a twinkle in my eye. I know we have a hunt to get to, but what a clear morning. With the hunger in your bird's belly and a chill on the ground, prey will be ripe for the taking. Your raptor's claws would be all the better honed for the sport to come. Practice falconry for 20 years? Or gain a bunch of prestige, but upset my master of the hunt. You know what? This guy only just barely likes me, so... I'm going to practice my falconry. I also don't know what kind of hunt we're going on. 10% success chance. Woof. Anybody here I want to befriend? I could try to befriend the ruling regent right now. Neighboring vassals. Sagami, that's the guy I raided. This guy is just north of me. This is my son-in-law. Who's pretty much always going to love me because I pressed this claim. You know what, man? I'm going to try to befriend the ruling regent. That seems like a good idea. Because it seems like this hunt is probably going to be a disaster. Let's get out there. We're going to hawk a quail. We're going to hawk it to Tattoo-san's not far off. It's my chance to impress him. How are you? It's not often we get a chance to talk, I open informally. He seems surprised, but not hostile to the conversation. Do you like hunting? You like drinking? You are cynical, fickle, and just. Nothing better than a good hunt. I mean, he's a spy master, I guess. He seems to have much in common with me, relaxing his demeanor in my company. When we move on, we can hardly be separated. Nice. Ooh, that's a powerful friend to make. My hawk has completely disappeared from view, and I'm looking all around the landscape. I see nothing, but then I hear it screeching out with blood dripping from its talons. My hawk has recently gotten into a fight with something too big for it to take on by itself. Let's find the beast. You make a little progress. We arrived at the release spot. We can see several tawny quails. It's time to hunt. 14%. 2 in the bush. I watch excitedly as my hawk identifies a target and takes a wing from its watch. The quails are none the wiser. My hawk scans the ground, swoops in for a kill, misses, retreats, and only grazes its target. The hunt has failed. Oh well. We still gain a bunch of prestige and legitimacy and make some friends, lose some stress. You are first in line to inherit Shisoma. I don't think that's true. Or my son might get it. We get some nice air. I see soldiers below training. I'm approached by my local captain. He says, would I like to join? Oh. 80% chance to gain the rough terrain expert. Advantage in hills. Oh, that would be extremely good. Hell yeah. $10 to get rough terrain expert? Extremely, extremely good. We'll get some counter efficiency as well, so our mounted samurai will do even better against all the schlubs that exist in this land. And a bovine bounty. Herding insights. Building construction cost development. Country fertility. Gain extra supplies and well fed. Gain some aged cheese. We will perhaps partake in some of this famous Johto blue cheese. It sounds delicious. This is the way to Godzilla's heart. Attraction opinion -5, but health small boost. This cheese was not made by Vikings. However, it is extremely good. I love that. Boof. At the foot of an imposing hill, a group of children play at warriors. One child, bold and bright, approaches with a wooden sword. Halt! No one may pass the fort of Kunamasa and his charming band. Oh, wait, are you a Soryo? Famous visitor. Where are we right now? We're almost back home. The holding of Omi. Yeah, unfortunately, that is like nearby. Travel gains child scouts. Extra patrols. But we gain some dread. I don't know, man. We also travel through here a lot, so I think I'm going to scare the children off, as I am Godzilla. And that does seem like what Godzilla would do. Since leaving home nearly half a year ago, I've seen highs and lows, reveled in the wind blown through my hair, and lamented the rocks in my boots. So many places I have yet to see. Gain the trait Traveler. Nice. I mean, we did travel pretty far to go there. Journeyed for 326 days and traversed 55 baronies. Wow. Okay, that was like quite a journey. And our dynastic legacy is ready. Elegance. This has got to be new. Dynasty opinion. Same dynasty invite house to block acceptance. Block cohesion per house of the dynasty. Court poems increase block cohesion. Mend broken relations. Domicile income. I mean, this seems like it's probably a pretty good idea. We are also a house of warriors. Ideally. Can recruit house guard as men-at-arms. I mean, we should have samurai, which should count as heavy infantry. But I like this. Let's do some elegance. We are Godzilla, right? Meta 3 first is blood. But blood is boring. I mean, we're giants, so blood would also, like, get rid of her giantry. Is this the game where you marry your sister and then she cheats on you? Yeah, that's the one. It can be the one if that's what you want to do. You don't have to, though. Honestly, I think I'm going to take House of Warriors, because if we're going Soryo, like, we're going to need to do warfare. It's not like we don't get multiple things after a while anyway. Okay, so we also need to give away some of this land. So I have a son here who I would like to grant this barony. Oh, no, right, because then he becomes... Right. I'm trying to keep this until we get to dukedom. My daughter-in-law has given birth to a daughter. Space Godzilla? How about Manda, the Sea Dragon? And this does look like my son is hosting a grand tournament. And I don't think I can get to it in time. I don't know why I also can't select it. No, yeah, I can't get to it in time. My counselor has died. Succumb to infection. Mustard. Well, my master of the hunt here is pretty good at this. We might as well hire him. Don't have a lot of Bushi. You know what? I think I'm just gonna pay that guy. Ransom that guy, I should say. Let him be free, because now I can go in here and I can actually upgrade this to a manor house. Yamamoto culture does not have manorialism. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I'm gonna upgrade our armory then. An Ainu poet traveling through my lands approaches me with a Japonic text. Fetch him a tutor, I guess? He is very bad at language. Well, we have all this money. I mean, we gotta boost up Ano and Ego. But the questions are somewhat with what? Spearmen and skirmishers. I could put the barracks there. Right now, you're just money, which is so strange. What is the terrain over here, actually? That's a really important question. Plains and hills. There is farmland here, so that would be a good money location. And you have log forts. Forestry. I mean, Toyota is not a terrible place here. We've got the log forts. We do have a small harbor. And I could certainly put in forestry. It would cause this place to grow really nicely, especially with that trade port. You know what, man? Even if that's just part of my fiefdom, I think that's actually kind of worth upgrading. So are these currently disabled? No, they're just minimized in what they're giving me. Okay. Soryo Yoshima of Aya. Where's this guy? Oh, way down there. Okay, that's a fine. That war doesn't bother us. We still got to find a way to take this guy's territory. You are part of Yoshimichi block. I don't even know what block that is. It's CK3, right? What game is this? Yeah, it's that game. Okay, Yoshimichi block doesn't actually look that big. But I guess they still have like 3,000 troops. Could upgrade my trophy halls for 150 bucks. Part of me is just like also thinking about like, well, why don't I just like max out my Magic Samurai? They're kind of the answer to everything right now. So I can't get the manor building. I need if I get 400 more prestige, I can do this. But to formalize the shogunate, I need to become... I need to be both independent and the ruling region, which is kind of confusing. Council appointment. Aren't I the marshal? No, I'm not. You know what? I could curry prestige. From the Tenyo. Rampant bandits and beasts. Yeah, that's fine. I'm a big guy. Back on the road again. We're 48 years old, man. We are getting up there. Ooh, I lost the duel. Damn, that doesn't happen very often. Can you be able to absolutely horrible human beings? Yes, if you're playing either CK3 or RimWorld, right? Counter offer, he says. You speak well, but if I am agreed to your request, I want something. 50 bucks for 350 prestige and a bunch of renown. I will take that deal, though I do not particularly love it. It is almost enough for me to achieve my goals. I wonder if I switch you to something like manage domain. No, it's not enough. Keep you on assist ruler. But I have been thinking about, like, what if I took my wife and said romance? Write her a love poem. There's nothing quite like getting your wife to fall in love with you. We're master of the hunt. Excellent. All of these places are upgrade. Oh, you can upgrade the minor upgrades. Dude, I didn't know that. There are so many upgrades we can have. Tax collectors can upgrade? Okay, yes. I would like more taxes, please. We've converted another country. Nice. So Shintoism is like pretty prominent here right now. And it's actually become arguably the more prominent religion on the island. Which is pretty good because we actually control multiple holy sites. We control multiple... Sorry. No, we don't really control multiple holy sites. We only control the one. Learning per level of devotion. They are in Shinto provinces, but they are not owned by Shinto rulers. Hosting a feast earns piety. And unlocks the brewery line of buildings for temple holdings. Prestige from splendors for newborns. Long reign. Additional bonuses for successful completion of a pilgrimage. And countries convert better. Yeah, so we could do some stuff down here. Like, we could eventually create a new Shinto faith. But that'd be way more down the road. You have completed get country control. So all of our territory is almost back under control. Yeah, we're taking minus 40% levies and taxes right now. Tax collectors complete. What about this tea garden, the roastery? Yeah, that one pays off very well also. We're making quite a lot of money right now, up to +6. Romance, a rare flower. A special gift. No, let's brave the ruins to get her a special gift. Giving us prestige. We can upgrade our house aspiration. Oh my god, we're only at level 1. I didn't realize that. Determination is the other. Your spy masters are better. Okay, yeah. So our armies are going to be better. Our holdings are going to be cheaper to cost, cheaper to build, and also cheaper to maintain. Oh, that's so expensive. We can also now inspire the troops. Eat your cheese. The longer the cheese is aged, the more stress you lose when eating it. Gain a temporary command character modifier and a chance for a commander trait. Daily siege progress 25% and 6 advantage. Damn. And our roastery is now complete. I mean, let's keep going. Fruit orchard. I definitely need to move this manor. And also the capital. Development is 13. 11 over here. So we're not actually that far behind in terms of development. Your counselor has died of old age. And we have a new realm priest who likes us. This guy is boring my wife to death. Who is this guy? I don't even know. I'll spend a little prestige to help her out. Cheese mechanics, right? Top tier cheese mechanics. Who is this Soryo? Oh, I didn't even know you popped up. We're starting to see more Soryos. Are you not a Soryo anymore? You goddamn coward. How dare you do that? You're no son of mine. What happened to my daughter? Oh, you're still in charge over here. Yes, and you have many good children. Allied to you through marriage. Ah, you're allied to me as well. Ah. But your country seems to suck and has nothing of value in it. At first, I thought a simple footman would be a fool for stepping into the training field. He seemed to be no threat at first. It quickly became clear I would be unable to stop his wild and vicious strikes from hurting me. 20 prowess on this guy. I have 36, though. I am paranoid and wrathful. I cannot use more people like him. I can gain prestige and piety, but a bit of stress. Or I can kill him and gain dread. I do love dread. But I also love prestige and piety. How's my stress right now? Pretty good. Gain a level of devotion. The other nice thing I can do with this is I can now spend all that piety increasing my warrior monks up a level, which is going to cost me basically all of my piety and upkeep, but romance competition. I have a romantic competitor. Let's just beat the tar out of him. Great. Problem solved. I think winning wars against the Empire will make the Kanpaku weaker and more Soryo might pop up. It seems logical, at least. That does seem logical. Problem is it's like, it's hard for me to pick fights with anybody. I think I should maybe try this insane play against this guy. I'm gonna need a lot of money for this. House aspiration block. Can I just like create block? No. We have completed control. So I think I'm going to start training my commanders again. We'll fabricate a claim on this country. An intruder? My spring blossom is in danger. This creepy guy is climbing the tower. Sounds from the struggle is a great motivator without care. I hoist myself through the window. I feel as though I've plunged through a frozen lake. Takedo is on the floor, an intruder pushing her down, a gleaming blade between them. With a roar, I grab the villain by the collar and throw him into the wall. The rest is a blur. The danger is over. I turn towards her. What are you doing here? She asks, her voice trembling. She draws a dagger. Do not come any closer or I will hurt you. Oh, no. What do you mean, what am I doing here? I was trying to help. Jeez, man. My wife hates me. Life is too hard. Oh no, my master of the hunt, I think, died. My son is a very good master of the hunt, though. I will pay him that. Our splendor is increased. Fantastic. We still haven't gotten our legitimacy up. We need that to level 4 as well. I guess I could petition for a council seat. You know what? I'm going to drink some tea as well. And we're off on another adventure. Carry on, how we doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're a Sorio. Where are you? Are you right here? Did you start a Sorio right next to me? Well, that was a stupid mistake, buddy. That was a huge mistake for you. We're gonna kill some bandits as well. Petition, counteroffer, he says. What did I even ask him for? Oh, to become the marshal. He wants a hook on me. No. Maybe I explained it badly. We can try a challenge. Though I'm not very good at it. I mean, we might as well. Yeah, he's unconvinced. Dude, if you don't want me as your marshal, that's honestly like your... That's not helping you out at all. I don't think if you understand this, but I am literally Godzilla. I also just noticed I'm wearing green robes now. We gotta take a picture of this guy. Because he's got a good Godzilla drip going. Let's, maybe not the Japanese throne room. Why don't we go for like a Japanese city? We'll take the martial weapon. Some nice shots here for the old YouTube, you know? Mind that UI. Get me on the side. It's a beautiful thumbnail. DLC release, 40 Canadian. 40 Canadian? That's a bit much. It is a big DLC, though. Like... I do feel like 40 bucks for a DLC is a lot of money. No matter how you want to do that. My daughter has cancer. Oh, no. Look at that makeup, though. Private clinic today with your nose issue. Finally figured out why it's been blocked. Should have gone private long time ago instead of public. Well, I mean, I think the idea is you always want to go through public unless you can afford the private. The public should always be there. I could just go, like, kill this guy's army, but... Oh, my daughter is no longer a child. Can we find someone for you to marry? Can we find someone for you to matrilineally marry? I don't know what our house motto is. I have a Bushi here who's quick. Honestly, that would be a pretty good choice. He's also part of a family. Not a very good family, but he'll do the matrilineal marriage. Praise the valor of Godzilla. That is our... Oh, that's incredible. That's our house motto. Praise the valor of Godzilla. I love that. That's too good for words. You have allies coming to your defense. Head reminds me of the old cartoons, you know, with the really problematic stereotypes. With the big chin going forward. I mean, we definitely made him look like some sort of weird cartoon villain. My goal was to try and make him literally look like he had a Godzilla face. But it just ended up having this, like, big lean back instead. If they figured it out because of data for public tests or private ones, yeah. $40 surprisingly fair considering what's been added, yeah. Oh, doing the photo op, yeah. House Gamera has become friends with Nagato, okay. Oops. I have prowled through documents and proven that you are the rightful lord of this territory. That's good. Our siege is about to be complete. Also good. Alliance expired. Okay, I don't even remember who you were. We're going to enforce our demands here. Increases our legitimacy level to true. I will comply with your demands, he says. So, disabled buildings in Izu. Small hill fort, a pilgrim's quarter, and a small harbor. I would like someone in here, but again, it's like I don't really want to get rid of this territory because it's right next to us. And it is part of Tokaido. Actually, I'm not going to get rid of it then. We got to get a duchy, man. Oh, I need 1,000 prestige to assert this regional dominance. Exalted among lands, independent ruler, powerful ministries. It's going to be really hard to get the shogunate. I don't know that Godzilla is going to be the shogun. It might be up to Rodan to do that. Empty council position. My counselor. My marshal has died in his sleep. Oh no. Is there somebody better for you? Yeah. Ghidorah could be good there. So I'm going to assign you to my marshal. I'm going to assign my son in here. I'm going to move this county control over this way. This is my son and somebody else forming us an alliance. Ayo. Where is this guy? Down here. Okay. We are growing. Obviously, we're having a we're holding on to way more land than we are allowed to have. But we don't really have any vassals, so that's not also really a big issue at this point. Ooh, a hunt. Not super far away. Hard to say no. You gained the trait Gardener. +2 stewardship for 150 prestige. I'm going to do that because I was really hoping that I would get my holding limit up. We're running behind schedule by 1 day. Can we hurry? Ah. Oh, that sucks. Nothing to do to speed it up. Gardener should make bonsai trees. All right, well, instead of hunting, I was hoping we would become a gardener, but actually we didn't. Completing governance issues, constructing buildings, or certain options. Funny that we don't get much governor experience for doing anything, but I guess we're not really much of a governor. Should we move our capital here? Move realm capital. I think let's probably do that. And then we can also move our manor. We're a little bit closer to the actual emperor now as well. And furthermore, we can change you to be stationed here now. And then these warrior monks can actually get stationed in Abe, so they will get huge bonuses. Huge bonuses, actually. The siege crossbows we'll put in Iga. So hopefully that improves things a little bit. Spearmen get tougher. Little hit and run tactics. Iga, land of the ninja. Is that traditionally where ninjas come from? I don't know enough to say otherwise. I don't know what we want in here. We've spearmen and skirmishers. We could make it another barracks for like another spearman. Or I could put like militia camps and we could get some like light infantry, but I don't even know if we really want that. I do still kind of want some light horsemen to deal with archers, but right now there aren't really any archers around, so upgrading that is a bit foolish. Could certainly increase my samurai. Increase those forts. Hill farms, militia camps, stables. Right, this is a, yeah, it is hills. Spearmen. So I could go warrior lodge. That also buffs the spearmen. Or skirmishers. You know what? A warrior lodge? Not a bad choice. It also just gives me more levies, so. Which year does Japan get access to anime innovations? I'm not sure. It's been a slow upgrade on that front. I am actually wondering about, like, what innovations are we working on right now? Urbanus. Where is manneralism? Here. It is a civic in early medieval, and I need that to get better manners. That's a push, man. My daughter-in-law has given birth to another daughter. That's my son. Let's get another good name here. This is an alien slime thing that feeds on Earth's pollution. Godzilla versus Hedorah. I will continue to name everything after kaiju until I run out of kaiju names. How much is this to increase? 5,000! And I need to wait 5 years. My daughter has given birth to a son. Okay. We already have a Mothra. What about Megalon? A massive bug-like villain who shoots lightning. Dude, this is outrageous. So I can't build this domicile building until we have manneralism, which is like early medieval. So I just need like 5,000 prestige. I have to go crazy farming prestige, which is I'm probably gonna die before that happens. Ooh. Yay! We had a romance at the court, and my wife has declared me her soulmate. So that's a crime, but this is not. Oh, my trusted mare charger is getting old. I need to find a good match for her. I'd like to keep my strong stallion, I think. So I can go to war here. But I do have to fight 3,497 plus the Emperor. Who has... I don't even know how many. 5,746. Including 2,000 mounted samurai. Gakgung archers. And bowmen. Well, they could work. But I think I'd probably need another 300 bucks here. Name my daughter Snorlax. Avatar was an American company, wasn't it? I don't know, no. Run out of kaiju names, I can go with kaiju number 8 name schemes. Just start naming them kaiju number 1, kaiju number 2. Charger has passed away, but I have gained from a strong warhorse. I have now gained a very strong warhorse. Oh, dude, that slaps. That's very good. I mean, I guess my other question is, like, if I have this duchy, can I do this anyway? Should I be going to festivals? I might gain prestige. It's also right there. I guess we'll give it a try. Now that we're more centralized, it's also a lot easier for us to get around. An architect, you say? I don't really want that. I'm not building a castle anytime soon. Yes. Can I get Kuni of Owara out of this block? It's just very hard to say. I wish they would just like pop up here. Yamamoto, okay. That guy might be good. Sagami. He's close by. And Mino is also close by. Let's go with Yamamoto. Why not? If we're going to be here, we might as well do some scheming. Wait, is this part of... That is part of the Duchy of West Bando. Oh, I don't actually need that spot. So, this country, Tagata... I could get rid of. And it would probably be a good idea. I don't want to lose any prestige here, so I'm going to basically take whatever option is not that. I could put one of my sons in charge of this. And we'll take the option to try and gain prestige, because again, we have to farm like 5,000 prestige. Let's embarrass them. You convince them to leave the block of the Nanbu family. Soryo Godzilla hails me as I pass by, ushering me closer to the group. Have you heard of what has transpired between these people? I have reason to believe I made it as far as the inner chambers, but the servant I bribed could tell me no more. Notoriously reliable source of gossip, but regardless of the veracity of these claims, this is an excellent opportunity. Well, I heard she kept him outside the door all night. They saw little, but they certainly heard plenty. I don't want to be quarreling with another house. That's dangerous. Oh my god, so much is happening here. This guy here, Nanbu. Do you have a home? The Nanbu family. Where the hell is this? Over here somewhere. You're not in a faction. My daughter-in-law has given birth to another son. Dora, you will be called Destroyer. May you grow strong and wise, Destroyer. What could possibly go wrong, right? Back, other than the fact that I missed the whole stream, what did I miss? Not man, a lot. I don't even know how do we start. Godzilla is a beast. He is ruling a lot of southern Japan. I could join the Saga block and gain a weak hook. So I can't actually join this block, but I will temporarily join it. You are a member of my block. I've had another grandson. Okay, it's starting to get out of control here. You will be Gaigan. I can't, like, actually stay in this block, though, right? Claim house block leadership. Vassals cannot take house block leadership from their liege or above. House members cannot assume block leadership within 5 years of joining. Currently, I am 29.16. That's a great question. Am I, like, the most powerful family right now? Somehow, I am only 18th. Despite the fact that I control an insane amount of land. Right? Like House Yamamoto. Oh, well, that's the Emperor. Sugara block leader. I can't even see where this guy is. This guy. This guy is the most powerful guy because he leads the Sugara block. But at 25%, they're considered a dominant family. If I could form my own block, I am pretty sure that I would become the most powerful. House Kaiju. Living house members. I guess it's because we don't own a lot of territory or something. Greetings, perceptive subject of the Tenyo. It is time to toe the line. Your house must follow my leadership if our common interests are being defended. Change my aspiration to prosperity? No. I hope that doesn't make me a criminal declining to do that. Aspiration differs from leading house. Your block's house is prosperity, reducing block cohesion. Oh, well, I guess we should maybe just leave the block then. I will leave the cycle block and may not rejoin for 5 years. We will gain a one-way truce with all other block members. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. That's not bad. It's Yoshimishu block that we want to fight, so... Libby, how we doing? We look like Master Oogway. What happens when my son is a hoe? Yeah. There has been a lot of Mona appearances. This is true. Our trophy halls are made. It's funny that they're not just like kicking us straight out of there. Need to keep building. What do we need for this? Oh, just money. That's pretty good. I might switch out the hospice. Because I do feel like... this would be better. It is plains, right? Crop fields. We could put in cattle pastures. Hunting grounds could also be nice. We have some options. Right now we do need a lot of money for all of the things that we want to do. Petition the Tenyo for more prestige. That's a very quick trip for us right now. My eternal gratitude, 350 prestige. I tell you what, petition the Tenyo, I'm actually going to say... notify me when I'm ready to do that. That's gold or prestige for piety. I could introduce a new fashion at court, but I don't know that I want to do that. We can hold hunts. We are a decent hunter. Okay, hold on. Train commanders. We can get rid of Tagata. So I have a son. You're in charge of that. You are in charge of nothing. So let us grant you the Bushtan of Izu. Oh, I guess we can't form a block with members of my house. Yeah, I understand now. We can't form with members of our house, but we can form with other people. So, for example, I could form a house with this guy who actually has, like, quite a lot of troops. And it seems like it's very, very difficult. Yeah, I'm going to leave this house block. That absolutely saps the Saiga block of a lot of strength. But most of these guys aren't willing to join my block because, of course, they are Sorios. Now, you are also a Sorio, but you are underneath someone else. What about this guy? Are you an illegal Sorio ship? This would form a kaiju block with House Gojo. The fox falls before the sword. PSA, all the CK3 DLC except All Under Heaven is on sale until the 7th of November. Ooh. If there's any need, now's a good time to pick them up. And the base game is also 75% off as well. That's a heck of a deal. There's not that much DLC for CK3 as well right now. There's only like 2 seasons. I think this is season 3. This might actually still be season 2. So it's a good deal. How are we harumping? We're harumping pretty well. We got a good harumph going. Yeah, okay, so that's exactly it. It's, if we create a block, this guy is technically not us, right? Or, sorry, this guy is technically not us, which is why he's in his own block. He also loves, yeah, and that's the problem, is also like the block that he is in is the one that the regent owns currently. So I could start trying to form a block with these guys up here. Vassal houses cannot lose their liege's block. Okay. Like, we could try to block with this Sorio down here. He's not very strong, but he does have mounted samurai. The thing is I don't know whether or not he is a criminal. Under the liege. But it doesn't look like he is, right? Because this would say criminal. So I think this guy is actually a legitimate Sorio. Cost 100 prestige. I'm going to give him some gold and we're going to form. And now he has a house block. Now I can assert regional dominion. You are the house lead of a leading house in your house block. Excellent. As leader of the block, it is no longer simply a shield, but also a way to form a powerful faction and install you as the ruling regent. Let's take a look at your house block. Select your block. The houses in your block will join the leading house when they start factions. If you wish to become a ruling regent and eventually shogun, they will join your installed ruling regent faction. The strength of all members of the block is shown here. The stronger the block, the more likely your faction will be able to enforce their demands and install you as a ruling regent. So this is basically it. I just needed one other non-family member to join my block. Which is kind of ridiculous that you don't just have a block on your own, but... A strong block is one of many powerful houses. With a map showing the extent of all blocks, you can find house heads without a block and invite houses to join the block. They're unlikely to accept. As a Shoryo ruler, you can also expand your block through war. Block expansion lets you conquer the lands which come under control of your block. Block supremacy is an all-out war between two blocks where members of the losing block may join the victor. Trying to unify desperate houses into a large block comes with its challenges. Each house contributes to the overall cohesion. Cooperative. Concerted. Beyond the bonuses granted by high cohesion, you need a certain amount of cohesion to form a faction. To improve the cohesion of your house, first ensure you share the same aspiration by using the demand aspiration change. Right, this guy's determination. Okay. Cohesion mainly stems from good house relations between all houses in the block. House relations can be improved by arranging marriages with members of the block. You can simply have to remove character from the block. Leader of the block, ensure it grows over time by claiming land through war. With a strong block, you will be ready to install the regent. I do need a new one of these guys. And I'm just going to make it him because he seems okay. Let's make it this guy. He likes me more and he's old. Knock an enemy's block off? Exactly. It does seem to be a bit of what you can do. So the other blocks, I do have some questions. Like, can I accept another member as leader of the block? Can I ask this guy to change aspiration? Yeah. All right, I'm going to just do that. It's 100 prestige. Negotiate an alliance with my son. I will do that. Okay, so the kaiju block now exists, and I got a question, which is like, if I go into noble families, now we are 10th. We are not yet a powerful family, but we are almost. You know why? It's because we don't have influence or governorships, I guess. No, we have governorships. It's mostly because we don't have influence. But leading this block has jumped us up a lot. And now we're kaiju from the block. And what's really funny is once we get up here, it's also going to be like you control an insane amount of the countries in Japan. So are there other people that we could get to join our block? Probably not. Because we are also like the Shoryu block. I can do this. But I just need 1,000 prestige. Which I only temporarily lost from asking that guy to change his aspiration. Which does increase our cohesion now, too. Ooh, 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 ooh. Damn, I declare war on everybody right now. Kaiju block expansion. These guys are not that strong. But they do have a lot more mounted samurai than they used to. They've been slowly upgrading, it seems. I want this. I want this quite badly. I'm very curious what happens here as well with, like, I gain the Kuni of Owari and the Duchy of Tokaido. Like, if I just own all of this, what happens with my original, like, Dominion? I'll have the Dominion already, so. Yeah, it does seem like your son's auto-join the block, yeah. Basically anyone in your house. Because it's house-based, right? So, like, my son's here. Automatically joined it, and my son here automatically joined it. Because they respond to the house and the manor. This is my understanding. So perhaps I should just plan a hunt then to get some prestige. We'll go here. New wandering lifestyle. That's kind of nice. Traveling through domain holdings improves the effectiveness of your stationed men at arms. Mercenary higher cost minus 15. I think we also have some mercenary higher costs minus 30%. Ooh, I'm going to take that. Oh, we have access to a lot more mercenaries now, too. So many more mercenaries. Oh, these are special mercenaries. Oh, interesting. Yeah, the Yamato band is now only 250 to hire, though. Which is pretty good. I'm going to slay the beast. And we'll see how this hunt goes. This guy can join my court because he will be an extra knight and we'll get our knight numbers up. This guy wouldn't make a bad knight either. Negotiate release. Recruit. Just need like some backup Bushi. Hunting the stag. Happy to do that. Hunting for wildflowers. No, I really need prestige right now, guys. Kaiju from the block is a sick ska name. Truly is. Oh, my wife. My wife. That one came out accidentally. You look so at peace. I'm glad. She could give me a flower. She could also let me bang. I mean, I don't think we're having more kids at this point, so. Do we want this processor? Fertility 10, prestige 0.01. I could eat my cheese, but it's currently boosting my health, and I value that. We corner the stag. The cunning buck is hard to distinguish, but there's no doubt it's there. We ride. The mantle of the poor. But as the stag flees from panic and the foraging peasants, I feel my patience wearing thin. There must be better things to do than picking roots and mushrooms. Drive the rabble out of my hunting grounds. Give them some money and aid the peasants. Ushidan of Mikawa. Oh, that's, well, aiding the peasants here isn't a terrible idea. It does give us development growth. Popular opinion minus 30. But I also need this money right now in case I need mercenaries, so. Kaiju got to cover all the genres, right? Found out where Daltmaro strikes the floor with his lightsaber to make sparks is a real thing people did in duels. They would strike the floor or nearby wall to create sparks and intimidate opponents. I believe that. I did a version of the Scottish play once, and we had these huge cast iron swords. Big, like, two-handed cast iron swords. And we got to, I remember during opening night, we were so amped up. I played young Seaward opposite the Scottish King. And we were so amped up from the adrenaline of opening night and from having run the fight so many times and getting to do it in front of an audience that we had this one big slash where we both like ran across the stage and smashed our swords into each other and then sort of like passed a real classic, like, you know, like samurai battle sort of thing. But we both like hit the swords, landed our things, looked around, looked back at each other because you always have to like make eye contact after each hit in stage combat. And when we made eye contact, there was just a shower of sparks in the air, and it was dusk, like it had just turned dark outside. It was outdoor theater, and it was so cool. It was just like one of the most satisfying things to see this just massive shower of sparks. We both kind of had a look that was like, we need to slow down a moment. We need to maybe tune this back in a little bit so we don't hurt each other. But it was so cool. So cool. Our chase has not been in vain. The exhausted, panicked animal has turned to bay, struggling to stand and snorting in panic. The air resounds with blowing horns, etc., etc. I can just shoot it. That's it? I don't have to, like, spear it anymore? Wang! Man, I don't know when I learned to use a bow, but I'm pretty stoked about that. That makes my life a lot easier. You gain 14 trade experience. A stag antler. Ooh. 4 experience. Some legitimacy as well. Finish the hunt. We are now exalted among men, which is one of the things we needed for one of our decisions. So the stag antler is giving us 0.03. We'll replace the rabbit foot with it. And I guess let's give this guy the rabbit foot then. Somebody's got to have it. We come back home. I love that every time we come home, we lose a bunch of stress because we're like, oh, we're so paranoid from traveling. So again, I can just do this, but it is a crime. So my real question is, can I also just take the claim here? This guy has negative 40 gold. Is that where I am? Can we move our rally point? Yeah, we're gonna need to attack these armies. Ah, what you running for? Get back here. Owner is 1 year in debt. Yeah, we still win this super decisively. Oh, nice. We actually caught them in half. Oh, that's perfect. That worked really well. Are you coming this way? There is a ruler in that army, so let's get rid of him. And then we'll swoop back down. Our commander we're 32 advantage on this guy. There is another commander in this army, and they are sieging me, so we might as well beat them up. Oh, absolutely buckled. Just destroyed. You know what, man? He's got another big army here, so we're just going to keep doing this for the meantime. I love that they just keep retreating into the hills. I'm going to chase you, because I got a better army than you do. My master of the hunt! No. Were you anything else of value? No, not really. A new ruling regent. Oh yeah, I guess I'm also at war with the Emperor, which I forgot about, but it seems to not be a problem at the moment. Currently, I'm just going to keep destroying all of these fights. Do I want to fight him here? Oh, he doesn't really have great buildings. Probably better here than anywhere else. Is the Three Kingdom time period in this? No, this game starts in like 860. Three Kingdoms is like 120. Oh, my wife has got secrets to tell me. Dude, this Imperial army is just getting obliterated. Good day, it's me, Godzilla. Here to completely delete the Imperial army. You guys really want to insist on fighting me over and over again in my own terrain. I'll do it, but I'm gonna keep killing you. I want to siege this building because I don't think I can win anymore through fighting. So I'm gonna let this siege go. My hope is also I just like deleted the entire Imperial army completely. So I'm hoping it's enough to weaken them that they can start creating Shoryus. Also, if he doesn't have an army, I'm not worried about committing a crime. This should allow me to get extremely, extremely strong here. I've become malnourished. What the hell? What, am I not eating enough? Godzilla's not eating enough. Wounded? Okay, lost our wound. What just happened? Where did this army just come from? This army was literally not here 3 seconds ago. How do none of you have money for ransoms? I need to wait like 1 tick to get the mercenaries I need. This must be a mercenary army, right? Levies. 3,000 levies. Where the hell did you just get 3,000? I literally just clicked you and you had 46 troops. And now you have 3,000. I need to flee. One of my prisoners have escaped. I lost 50 legitimacy for losing a single battle. It's very funny how that works. My capital is under siege, but it should last a few good months. And I am going to hire the Yamamoto Band. This'll teach you. And I get the defensive buildings here, which is like very good defensive buildings. We have a Bailey here. Oh, crushed. My only regret is that I couldn't have crushed them harder. So we're going to have to try this siege again. Hopefully with a bit more success this time. Now we have a lot of levies as well. I have a couple of knights that aren't currently raised. It's a bit of a risky play what I'm doing here, but it's fine. Okay. So I think what I need to do is I need to station a few hundred besiegers. And I just need to try and go on the warpath here. Siege progress. That'll be really good for us. They seem to be opting to come right into me, which is great. Because I can pick them off chunk by chunk. And then just go back to the siege. And with all the additional troops here, I also have military engineer. I didn't even realize I had that, but it makes sense for Godzilla too. My Bugyo! I guess this guy. Get this siege down, and this is a huge, huge win for us. Like a colossal win, honestly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's 100%. Enforce the demands. Get the contested title. You are a greater foe than I ever imagined. Ooh, there was also a temple here. We gain our legitimacy back. And you must not be a commander or a knight in an army. Disband all. Assert regional dominion. This is a crime, but it gives us the Duchy of Tokaido, and I don't believe that there are any that can stand in our way for that. Especially considering that we have mercenaries raised right now, so I'm going to take this. Our crime is noted. I will unify Kaiju under my banner. This corner of land will be a bastion of stability and serve as an example for our chaos-riddled empire. The local lords show great wisdom, and all concede to my dominion. I am now a mighty Torio. Every de jure country in the Duchy of Tokaido will become my vassal. That's actually just all my land anyway. But I can actually give away my land now. Instead of just hoarding every single one of these locations. Now, the only problem being is that I guess my sons... I guess I can't give them land. But I could give my daughter land. Such as the Bushidan of Owari. Though there is a temple in here, so I'm thinking kind of maybe I keep that and I give her Atsumi instead. That makes way more sense. Does not allow rulers to grant titles to women. Okay, well, I could give it to you then. Seeing as I do have a grandson under you as well, Megalon. Or, even better, can I give it to you? No, let's give it to you. You'd be better at this job. And now you become my vassal. That worked pretty well. And we have a duchy, right? Yes. The Kaiju Ichizoku. So what I'm mostly worried about is like, first off, can we gain weight? Bring the butter. Can I petition the Kenpaku to not have me be at crime? I can ask for a council seat. Guess that's not a bad option. Not really what I was going for, but we can increase that. We can also convert these guys. And then I might actually say domestic affairs for a little while. We have a nice kaiju duchy. That's got to bump us up in strength. We're still 11th. Find appointment. By influence cost. Oh, so if you have sons and stuff and you're in the normal government, you can also just like get them appointments so that they own land. I love that as a concept. Ghost of Yotai as a Kurosawa mode? Yes. If you have a hook on him, you could use it for a pardon. Feudal levies are increased. Definitely not. All right. Dude, if he doesn't want me as his marshal, that's on him. I don't have enough spouses, apparently. Seems surprising. But you never know. For someone of my faith. I guess because I'm a big dog. Man, all right. Nakashima isn't very good. Toyota makes me so much money. Is the problem. But Abe also has Mount Fuji. I mean, I'll just make more money if I can get rid of most of these. It says I'm only one holding above my limit, which I don't think is true, but... I have to pay you. All right. You have to pay me. That's a better deal. Okay, so you're saying that if I had a hook, ask for a pardon. My crime warrants execution. Uh-huh. I would also like to pay you less taxes, though this isn't too bad, actually. That's like 0.11 a month. That's really actually not that bad at all. I don't know how I could possibly get him on the hook. It is crazy to me that we are not a more powerful noble family when we own this much land. When we are the most powerful Soryo. No, we're not even a Soryo anymore. We're a Toryo now? Toryo. But that's good. We're getting some territory sorted now. There is another Soryo up here. And he is also not a criminal, so I wonder... Oh, you're at war. Forced administration. Okay, yeah, you're literally at war to no longer be a Soryo. Kaiju block expansion. Right, I could spy on him to get rid of that crime. You're right. All right, well, we'll find secrets in the Imperial Court then. I guess my next question is like, okay, kaiju block expansions are also against the law. These also cost a lot of prestige. And you're at war with these dweebs, who also don't have any money, though. And I have a huge mercenary army at the moment, so I can really do whatever I want. This is the thing, like, if you're gonna be paying for mercenaries, you really want to use them as often as possible. Fabricate hook might be able to raise one of your obligations for a hook too. Also just raising opinion. Sometimes can work. Yep. Yeah, that's true. I guess we could keep swaying him. But we don't have fabricate hook right now, so. I love it. These two are fighting against each other, and then I'm just gonna come in and just slaughter everyone who remains. There's like 80 people left alive, and then it's like, oh, hello. Here for the murder. And this will continue to expand our power block as well. What do you mean? The fort level is 6 over here. Simple earthworks and fell pastures. Wow, dude. Chill out on the building. What are these upgrades give me? Extra knights. Extra pursuit. I'll take extra pursuit. 13 months, wow. All right, well, it's not like anybody can stop me from gobbling that up. Yeah, we have like house members and allies we can call into war, though they're all pretty weak. I think I would really like to get rid of this province, so... Can I give you land? I really can't. No, I can. Totomi. Or Iga. I guess I could give him Totomi. I mean, who is set to take this? This guy is. But I can't give him land until... I'm a little bit confused about what's going to happen with him. Oh, you are Osorio. I guess you're just not under me. Yeah, like I'd kind of like to just like keep this province if I could and get rid of Nakashima. Because there's not really a lot going on here. You know what? I say that. There's a ton of money going on there. And there's a temple. Temple's not as well upgraded, but screw it. Let's do it. My son becomes my vassal. I no longer take the penalties. Nakashima starts producing money shortly. Speed up this siege for a second. There's always like one more thing you want to do, right? No matter what you do, there's always one more thing you want to do. Enemy ally joins the war. Tell me that's going to be a little too late for that, though, I'm afraid. We get 17 bucks. We can enforce our demands. So what happens here? We seize control of the contested titles for the kaiju block and decide how to distribute them. Due to mercenary work, this guy has to pay a bunch of money to this random dude as well. So he's just part of my block now, is how this works. Ah, no. My forces can stand proud, having helped serve me and Kaiju block well against the Bushidan of Tango. It would be prudent to ensure these lands stay with a trusted and loyal retainer who will heed my words and may be called upon in the future. My Bushi, or my Bushi Boogie Bushi. 43, 38, 58. You guys are really good knights. Excuse me. $53, $43. I mean, this guy is easily the best one. It's my Bushi Kawabato Narutoshi. I trust my Bushi. I get a strong loyalty hook. He's also part of a house. He's the only member of his house. Oh, or I can gain the title myself, but everybody else gets mad at me. That's fine. We'll put him in charge. This is like Northern Territory. I'm not too worried about it, so... we'll get an alliance there. I don't need to change his contract. But we'll make him an ally. So that does just increase our block power a little bit more. And we have some block down there. Okay. 2 sons. 2 allies. A daughter-in-law somewhere up there. Funny enough, this guy is not part of the block. But he's about to be. And this guy just basically won't do it because Tenyo enthroned. The Crescentium throne. So we have another new emperor. Interesting. Interesting. Create install ruling regent faction. Install Torio Godzilla as the ruling regent. Ah, okay. So we can also start to play for the ruling regent. We're not quite strong enough yet. But that would give us the real power of Japan, so... 1 paranoid lord, right? Even more paranoid with the level 6 fort. Why was the reason for starting in Japan in 867 as opposed to one of the other start dates? I just like the early start dates, honestly. Just because it gives you, like, more time to mess around. I wanted to see what was going on in this period and, I guess, like, overthrow the emperor. Become an early menace. Whoa. Jin Yang versus the Jin Yang throne. What's going on in the rest of the world? Steps are shattered. Holy Roman Empire has formed and gobbled up half of France. The Iberian Peninsula is in a massive civil war. Denmark figured out how to break out from under Italy, but only with part of Denmark and most of Norway. Russia formed. Wow, I don't see that very often. The Seer of Russia. Cool. That's a full-on Tsardom. Like empire. Wow, you really don't see that form very often. Here I am, tucked away into my little island, only concerned about what's going on right here. It's more than enough for me. Good place for you to make a mercenary company, landless, start with a tiny amount of little fighting clans. Yeah, I mean, it definitely, I think a merc company here would work pretty well. There's not necessarily a lot of fighting that happens on Japan because of the way that it is, like where it's all administrative appointments. But certainly as time goes on, the fighting seems to pick up quite a bit, so. Isn't exactly a hard thing to do, but one of the first starts he did was start in Ireland with the intent to become king by year 900. Nice, nice. Yeah, that's classic. Like, Ireland is often known as like newbie island in the game. It's where I started learning how to play Crusader Kings. And I think I don't know if it is so much anymore, but it definitely was, at least during Crusader Kings 2, like the traditional place to learn how to play the game. So I think the early starts are always fun to mess around with. Yep, yep. Ireland's a ton of fun. Japan sort of has I don't know, a similar vibe. It feels very like safe to play on Japan because you typically only like have a small amount of land. You get to focus on more about like learning the UI and everything else. And then, you know, depending on how you are, you can grow and decide I want to gobble up everything around me. But it is tricky. I mean, we had to fight the emperor twice to form this duchy. And even now we're a criminal. But we are a criminal warlord who's going to rise up and go for the throne next. But we're going to do that tomorrow because that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you come back here next time.